I hope you all prepared all the questions, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Thoroughly, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is my screen visible? Danish?
Yeah, yeah, it's now visible.
Okay. The first question is like EC2 auto scaling.
Okay, just a minute. Zoom it a bit. Okay,
Okay.
it's bit. So you prepared it in the slide that I gave you, right? The same
Yes,
one.
yes. Nanda interview slides. This one.
ठीक है. Okay. That's great. That's great. So.
Like EC2 auto scaling.
Mhm.
It's based on elasticity and across multiple availability zone. We can scale out and scale in based on
Mhm.
our demand, like that.
Mhm.
And if there is an unhealthy instance means it will automatically replace it.
Mhm.
And also it saves the cost, like running at an optimal capacity.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, go below.
Second one is like elastic load balancer or load balancer and types
Mhm.
of it. Right, it can be spread load across multiple downstream instances, like data transfer, like requests can be sent to multiple instances, and it handles the failures of those instances and all. And it also does the health checks to the instances. If it is failed means it will send route the request to another instances, like high availability across zones as always. And like there are three kinds of load balancers, like application load balancer, which we use for HTTP and HTTPS, like layer
Mhm.
7 application layer, and for
Mhm.
network load balancer allows for TCP layer 4. And this is
Mhm.
the classic load balancer that we've seen, like for layer 4 and layer 7, and
Mhm.
it's been shut down by this author. Yeah. And it's based on IP only, classic load balancer. And the third one is like Route 53 and Elastic Load Balancer. Route 53 is a DNS service which provides TSN maintenance management, traffic management, and availability monitoring and all. And ELB is like same as I said before, load across the multiple downstream instances. And another difference is like we can route it to any region, a global service. And using the ELB, we can route it only to the availability zones in a region-based service. And ELB, we can use auto scaling to automatically register new instances. With Route 53, we either have to replace the old failed instance, or with some script, we can use it in the launch configuration to automatically register it with Route 53 and remove the failed one. And the fourth one, Cloudfront, it's a content delivery network. It improves read performance. Content is captured at the edge locations, like it improves the user's experience. And like we have right now, we have 216 edge locations globally present at it. And like cloud formation, it is an infrastructure as a code. We don't have to create all the resources manually, like which is excellent for control. And changes to the infrastructure are reviewed to the code only. If we need a change means, we can change it to the YAML file. We can change it to it. And it has the ability to destroy and recreate an infrastructure on the cloud on the fly. And the sixth one, like Amazon Guard DT, it is like a threat discovery. It detects the malicious virus and all. Uh, mm, Machine learning uses machine learning algorithms and third party data. This one I got on the internet only. Then one click to enable, no need to install software. And it detects the threat discovery, like using that cloud logs, like CloudTrail logs, VPC flow logs. What are it collects the logs and it detects it. And we can set up CloudWatch event. We can to be notified in case of findings. CloudWatch events rules can target AWS Lambda or SNS. And AWS organizations and its benefits. Like it's a global service. We can manage multiple AWS accounts. Main account is the master account, and consolidated billing for across all accounts. Like using one account, we can bill payment. We can pay it for all the accounts. And pricing benefits from aggregated usage. Like if you use it more, aggregated usage means like if you use it more, the AWS will provide discount, right? Am I correct?
Yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. I'm just listening to you, okay, and then I'll asking you the questions.
Okay. And it can be the account privileges, like account access can be restricted using the service control policies and all. And one bill, as I said. And transit gateway, it's a central hub, like for on-premises network and Amazon VPCs. It is a cloud router. It's once new connections only made once. And that's all. These are all the 8 questions.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay,
and
so go.
one question I didn't understand. One second, I'll show you that. Cool down period. It's what is in that question.
Did you search it for?
Yes, I searched it, but I was confused. That's why I left that.
No problem. Okay, I'll tell you this. Okay, I'll tell
Yeah.
you this. But open that slides again.
Mm,
Okay.
mm,
Go to the last question, the AWS organization one.
mm,
Okay. So
mm.
now you tell me. Let's suppose what are SCPs?
Service control policies.
Okay, what are they do?
We can restrict it. Each accounts will be on the organizational unit, and we can create an account per department. Like for developer, we can create an account. Because for testing, we can create an account. And we can provide
So,
we can separate it as an organizational unit, and we can provide permissions. Like IAM
so you
in our, yeah.
using SCPs, you can
Uh,
you can create an account or
uh,
you
uh, uh.
can restrict the
Restrict,
access of the.
restrict.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Let's suppose if I am a part of your organization, let's suppose
Mm,
you have two accounts. Okay.
mm,
Account A is part of the organization account B. Okay.
mm.
So can account B now become part of any other account?
Okay. Can you please ask it one more time?
We have two accounts,
A and
account
B.
A and
Mm,
account B.
mm.
Account A is the management account, let's say. Okay. And
Yeah.
account B is a part of a account A, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
now can reverse or vice versa be happen?
Uh, no, no, it can't happen.
Why?
No. Since account A is the master account, right? Account B is the organizational unit, right? I'm correct, right?
Mm. Yeah. Account A is the
Organizational unit.
master account. Yeah, management
Uh,
account basically.
then account B will be like a developer account, like you said. I mean, like it can't be anything, right? So it can't be in reverse. Only that
Okay.
account A can't be the master account. It can't
All
be in
right.
reverse.
And now
Yeah.
you please tell me,
Uh,
let's suppose if I am using AWS organization, right?
uh,
So, and I use my AWS organization to create AWS accounts, right? Can you create a new AWS accounts using AWS organization? Is it possible?
New accounts.
Yes. I wanted to create 10 new AWS accounts, right? In
Uh,
bulk, right? So
uh,
is it possible using AWS organization?
yeah. But I have searched for it. Like we can automate it.
So that is
Automate
what,
it.
like you you can create it, okay, using AWS organization, right? So let's suppose I created 2 accounts using AWS organization, and that will automatically be a part of my AWS organization, right? So now you tell me how you will log into those AWS accounts that you newly created.
Newly created using the we might have that separate AWS credentials, right, for each account. Like you want to log in each and every account at the same time,
See, listen again. Using my management account, okay, that is my master account, right? So you get one option to create a new account, right? Or invite an existing account. These two options you get, right? So I wanted to create a new account from AWS organization, right? Let's suppose I created 2 new AWS accounts, okay, using AWS organization. Now I wanted to log into those newly created AWS organization accounts, right? So how you will do it? Will you get username and password, or what would be the method that you would be using in order to log into those AWS organization? First question is this, and the second question, okay, is like whether those accounts will be a part of your account or not.
part of your
Management account.
root account.
Management account.
Sorry, management AWS organization management account. Yeah,
Yes.
the second question is yes, like it will be a part of it since it is created under it,
Okay.
right?
Okay. How
Uh,
you will log in to those accounts?
we using username and password.
Are you sure?
Because it was a long time ago. I didn't. Okay,
That
tell
is
me
what I
that.
told you, right? It's not about, like you do the theory part or you search the points. You should be aware of each and every aspect of whatever the services I'm giving you. Okay, so this is your task. Note it down somewhere. You need to create AWS accounts, right? Okay, using AWS organization, and don't write it here. Write it separate. Okay, on a
Okay,
notepad. Because
I'll
this,
I'll, I'll
right?
copy it afterwards in my
Yeah, yeah.
notes.
Okay, and you need to log in, right? What you need to do in order to log in, you need to use cross account role. And what is cross account role?
Cross account rule.
Yeah.
Uh,
What is this?
Danish, okay. Cross account rule. Can't tell. Please tell me, Danish. I'll note it down.
Okay, so see, when you create a AWS organization, right, and you create AWS accounts, right? So when you will be creating the AWS account, you will be putting a new email ID there and the name of the account, right? And there AWS organization will give you a role, okay, role name. So you just need
Like
to copy the role name, and once the account ID is created, you will also get the account ID. Okay, so you have the account
okay.
ID and you have the role. So these two things will be required in order to switch role. Okay, so you
Okay.
can within your account, right? You can go to the switch user, okay, or switch role, and using the switch role, you can put the account ID and the role that AWS organization will give you. Okay, and this is how you will be logging. Okay,
Okay.
using cross account role.
Okay.
It's not rule, it's role. IM role.
Role. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So you need to search it. Okay, both the things.
Okay.
Clear?
Sure.
Now you tell me what is the, what are the type of load balancers that are available in
Application
AWS?
load balancer, network load balancer, and classic load balancer.
Only 3 are available.
Fourth one is there. Yes. Classic, network, application. Fourth one is
Gateway load balancer. Okay.
okay.
Now
Okay.
you
I
please
didn't
tell
get.
me, let's suppose I wanted to implement the, path based routing, right? Okay, in my architecture, right? okay, in my application architecture, I wanted to implement the path-based routing, right? Okay. Suppose the user who wanted to order something from my website, okay, those users should be routed to a set of servers, okay, and those who wanted to serve the website only or read the content from my website, like those users I want to be routed to a different set of servers, so that I can segregate the load, okay, based on
Okay.
the like kind of load I'm getting on my application, right? So I need to use a load balancer, okay, from the AWS only. So out of the available 4 load balancer, which one will uh, best suited for this
Path-based
scenario?
routing.
I'm asking about the
Path-based,
load
yeah,
balancer.
for path-based routing, we can use application load balancer using the target group,
Okay, so
like
what are
images.
target groups?
Target groups are like we can register those. Yes, I've done that. We can register those instances path, right? Like we can create images and videos like a separate path, and we can register it to it. Am I correct?
Okay, and no, actually, yeah, you are
Okay,
correct.
okay.
You can register your instances. So what are 3 options that you get in order to add your EC2 instances there, or what all options you get there in target groups?
Like it's flashing on my mind. Like using listeners, we can create.
I'm not asking about the listeners. Listeners is
Uh,
something different. I'm asking
okay,
when
okay.
you go to the target groups, you
Mm,
create a target group.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
In target group, you need to attach the EC2 instances or underlying servers, or let's say
mm.
something else you wanted to add on
Yes.
which you
Mm,
wanted to the traffic to be routed. Okay. So
mm,
what
mm.
all 3 types of uh, you know there are conditions that you can edit, you can add basically like instance you can add, right? So there are 3 types of options that you get in target group.
Lambda,
Yeah, okay.
instance, and another one is uh, instance. We
in
cannot lambda. We cannot IP, right?
yes, in
Uh,
IP. Okay,
mm,
in
mm.
IP, which IP you need to put in, the public
Uh,
IP or the private IP?
Public IP.
Why public IP? Will
Um,
public IP be a part of your VPC?
Part of my VPC. Yes, public IP. Yes.
Are you sure?
Here come one second.
Public IP is a static IP or the dynamic IP?
Dynamic IP.
So how can it be a part of your VPC?
Okay. Yeah. Hmm.
Let's suppose if you restarting your machine, okay,
Yes, it will change.
right? It will change, right?
Yeah.
Suppose you
Yeah.
have configured the the public IP with your application load balancer in the target group, though it will not
Mm,
allow you to do that, right? But
mm.
let's suppose you are able to do it, okay, just in case, and you started your machine, okay. In that case, what
Mm.
will happen?
IP
Your
will
IP
change.
will get changed, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So in that case, you need to application will go down, right? And you need to
Yeah.
troubleshoot it again.
Uh,
So tell me which IP you need to add. Answer carefully.
okay. The public IP will get changed. So I think no. If we provided an elastic IP, it will be a static IP. Private IP,
Why private IP?
because it's a permanent IP, it will not change.
Okay, that I know, but
Mm,
why private IP? Tell me
mm.
another reason.
We are using private IP in the target group. I Tell me that. Yeah.
No, you should be answering these questions. Okay, I'm not the one who is
Okay.
supposed to answer these questions. I asked you to prepare all of these stuff now.
Like, okay, I understood. Okay, tell me, Danish. I'll do that. I don't have time, Danish. Like from early morning 7 o'clock, I have to leave the home on
No,
9:30 on
don't,
like
don't,
20.
don't, don't give excuse. Don't give the
Okay,
excuses.
I understand.
Okay.
Mm. Why we use private IP in target group? Can I search for it?
Yeah, yeah, you can search. You have 2 minutes.
Okay. Fourth one is like application load balancer. We can use it. Instances, I choose the
Mhm.
lambda function. Okay. Target group name. We have to provide it and port 80. VPC, we have to choose it. Passport transfer.
Choose the instance option. Okay, not the application load balancer. You
Okay.
don't have the load balancer.
Okay, we are creating the target group. Okay. Afterwards, I use the private IP. All IP addresses within a target must have the same IP. IPv4 target with an IPv6 target group. What is this meaning? Must have the same IP address type. Mm.
See,
Mm.
private IP, right, is a part of, your VPC, right? And the range of your IPs will also be the same. Okay.
Mm.
So that is why it allows you only to use that, right? So this is
Okay.
your task. You have to create the load balancer and then do it, right? Application load
Okay.
balancer.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Now tell me what is weighted policy?
What is
Weighted policy.
weighted routing policy? It is based on the weight. We can distribute the load across regions using the weight, like 30 percentage to a region and 30 percentage to another region, like that, using the endpoint.
What is CloudFront invalidation?
Invalidation is like the objects that we don't want to cache, that it will be removed, like we can omit it.
I want, some of the users like from a particular country, let's say, or particular continent. Okay. I want them to be, to block, okay, from accessing my, content, right? So
Hmm.
how you are going to, implement that using CloudFront?
Geographic restrictions in Cloudfront. We can
Okay.
use that. We can use that geographic
So you can,
restrictions.
block them or
Uh,
whitelist them. What,
Block them.
do you have any,
It is
do you have
right.
any option if in case you wanted to, whitelist some of the countries and, block rest of the countries? Is it also
Uh,
possible?
Whitelist means like
Allow some countries,
okay, where we want to allow some community and also at the same time we have to block some country, like that. You're asking.
Mhm. What could be the origin in the CloudFront?
Uh, Origin will be like S3 bucket,
Or
or you told me that, but I think uh, one is S3. I know S3, that name, bucket name, and
so you should be aware of all the stuffs, right? Okay.
okay.
It is not
I
like that
have
if we have
to
done only
again.
with the S3,
think-
then it should be
Mm.
S3 only. Did you try to create a CloudFront?
Yeah, I've created
Right.
it.
Create a distribution. Go to distribution and create distribution.
Okay.
Create distribution. Check origin. What all options you are getting here?
My buckets, S3 buckets, load balancer, and media store
Then
container, media package container.
so what all options are available now?
Load balancer. Load balancer, yes, we can tag it with the load balancer, and using the load balancer, we can route it inside a region. Like,
Okay.
yeah. And
So in Route 53,
again, I
so
have to revise, Tanis. I will revise it. That's the problem here.
but I gave you 1 week, no?
Correct, Tanis. I understand. It's my mistake. I will try to do that.
It's not about theory, okay? You're
Okay.
preparing for
Practice.
interview, right? So you have to be ready, okay? Right,
Okay.
thoroughly with
Yeah.
the practicals as well as with the theory. I can ask you any question, right?
Okay.
And I will not listen any excuse. Otherwise, I need to speak to your uncle
Uncle.
regarding this.
Okay.
I told you last
Today.
time as well. Okay, don't give me, like some bullet points or something like that. Even a layman can get it, okay, from the internet. Okay, they can
Okay.
also get it from the internet or from the, AWS white papers, right? If I
Mm.
ask someone, okay, who is like new to the AWS, and I give them this, okay,
Mm.
right? So they will also be prepared those stuff, right? It's not about preparing. It's about, like knowing each and every aspect of that particular service, okay, from every angle, right? You
Yeah.
are a solution architect, right? You have done solution architect, training. So you should be aware of all those stuffs from the architecture point of view.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
What is the default TTL of Cloudfront cache?
Time to live index.
What is regional edge location?
Regional edge location. Based on the region, edge location will be available. Am I correct?
No, you are not correct.
Okay.
What is the difference
Region.
between each edge location and the regional edge location?
Edge locations are available to the user. I mean, sorry, available nearest to the user, right?
Suppose if my cache is expired, okay, so what is the default time or TTL for cache to get expired from the edge location?
60 seconds.
Are you sure?
1 second. Default time to get
Default TTL for Cloudfront cache.
yes. Okay. Why 0?
I'm not asking about minimum. I'm asking about default. There's a difference between default and the minimum and maximum. Okay, don't search it now. Okay, go through it again. Okay, and show me other questions. What was there? Show me your slides.
This one, cooldown period.
No, the other one, the one that you prepared. Go to your slides.
Okay.
Okay, go above. Above. Okay. What is auto scaling? Why do we use auto scaling? Tell me 2 use cases.
Auto scaling, like
Use cases, okay, from the application point of view or from the architecture point of view. Tell me 2 use cases. Why do you want it to, use auto scaling in your architecture?
it automatically it manages the number of instances based on the demand. It automatically manages it. We don't have to worry about. We don't have to manually manage it. And the second thing is it replaces the unhealthy instances. If an instance is failed, means we have to manually change it. But in auto scaling, it will automatically replace it. So we don't have to worry about it will monitor it. It's an automation kind of service. Yeah, those are the 2 use cases, like replacing unhealthy.
Only one you covered so far. Okay, to replace the unhealthy instances.
Okay. The first one is it's not correct. Based on the demand, it will automatically change it, right? We can set a demand and it automatically scale out and scale in, right?
So what are the different, policies that are available for auto scaling?
Yes. There are dynamic scaling policies. Simple policies and scheduled policies. Scheduled time, we can schedule it and we can run it. And the simple policy means
okay, so you said simple, dynamic, and schedule.
Schedule. Yeah.
So what are others?
Another one is mm, dynamic scheduled based on the health. No, the only this much I have remembered.
Why you don't remember others? You
I
prepared
didn't.
auto scaling, right? Did you
Yes, yes,
open the console of auto scaling?
yes.
Yes, so you must have seen those options directly. Not now, you should have done, okay? In the
Okay.
last week, I gave you, whole week of time, right? So you should have done all these things. So there are actually three: dynamic, scheduled, and predictive, right? And then
Yes.
within the dynamic, you have the simple, then
Yeah.
target, and then the third one is also there, target step scaling. So what is a step scaling policy?
Step scaling policy based on the load. The capacity will be increased. We can fix it.
Okay, so yeah, that could be the simple one as well. Based on the load,
Um,
the capacity will be increased. So what is the difference between simple and the step?
Step. Okay. Um,
This could be the simple as well, na? Based on the load, the capacity will be increased, right?
mm,
But what about the step scaling? Don't go with a Google, okay? Now,
1 second. Yeah. Um, Step scaling is like in simple it will automatically scale based on the demand, but in step scaling
so
we
how do
provide
you
the instance
identify?
number.
How do you identify? How the auto scaling will identify. Like how much is the utilization, or what is the utilization or CPU utilization basically, or any other kind of utilization. How it will work? Okay.
CloudWatch. We can set up a CloudWatch alarm. We done that before.
Okay. 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 So what
We
is
can
the
use
step scaling?
the CPU utilization as a metric, and we can monitor it. Yeah.
So tell me the difference between three: target one, the step one, and the simple. Simple is simple. Okay. Let's
Mm.
discuss about the target and the step scaling. Tell me the difference.
Target is like sending the request to the particular target. Like you can use a load balancer to, and that load balancer will send that traffic to the registered instances. Like
Just because it has the name of target, okay, so don't
mm,
assume that right, it is of target, like target group. It's same with the target group of the load balancer. Okay,
mm,
so read it about, okay,
okay.
all everything. Okay, go
Yeah.
above.
And that's all then. This was
Okay, just
last week.
one below, go below, go below. Okay, so you are not prepared with. Okay, all right, let me stop.